And he is here to talk about supporting families affected by childhood cancer. That's been around for about 35 years now, the company, correct? And the name of the company is?
Okizu.
Thank you again. Yes. So he's going to obviously give us a great presentation, but I want to tell you a little bit about him. He was born and raised here in San Mateo, and he was first introduced to
Okizu.
20 years ago when his younger brother was diagnosed with leukemia. Thankfully, his brother is healthy, and just because a registered nurse, wait, I didn't read that right. Okay, we'll skip that. Okay. Basically, his brother is doing very well, and he is now serving on the board of directors. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and welcome you. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, good morning. Thank you all for welcoming me here today. You guys are a fun group. We started the morning with mimosas. I wish every day started like that. But thank you for all the wonderful work you do. I work for the Red Cross as my profession and volunteer for Camp Okizu because it had such an important impact on my life. So I'm just going to share a little bit today about who we are, what we do, and then ways that you guys can help. So Okizu is a Sioux Indian word that translates to bringing together in community. So what we do is we bring people together who've been affected by childhood cancer, and we allow them to give each other peer support so that they know who they've gone through the same thing, they know how to support each other. We do mentoring and respite. So we allow people to have a break while they're at Camp Okizu, and we do all of this through recreation. So we have a beautiful 500-acre camp up in Berry Creek, California. Our office is in Novato, but we serve families all over Northern California. And even some families out of state that originally lived here, moved away, they'll come back each summer to attend our camp program just because it was so impactful for them. So that's our mission. We've been around for about 35 years. We started with 1 week of oncology camp, and now we have many, many different programs that I'll go into in great detail. So again, the key points of our mission is that peer support. With Okizu meeting, unity, and bringing together, we allow them a platform to support each other, talk about best practices and what helped them get through those difficult times together. Respite, during our family camp sessions, we have full kitchen. Families don't have to worry about making food. They just get to relax and take a break from the weekend of that crazy life being crazy in general, but also having a child with cancer. Mentoring, our volunteers are really looked up to as role models, and we have a really good philosophy for the younger kids looking up to the older kids and growing up through our program. The number one rule at camp is to have fun. In order to have fun, there's some safety rules that come into play. But everything we do is tailored around having fun, just being kids, and having a good time. So recreation is an important part of our mission. We, again, have that 500 acres. We have 3 lakes to go fishing in. We have a pond, 3 ponds to go fishing in and a lake to swim in. We have archery, boating, swimming, there's hikes, campfires, s'mores, all that good stuff, arts and crafts. We have a really cool ropes course. Some of our patients come to camp in wheelchairs, or they may have lost a limb because of cancer. So we actually have a wheelchair ropes course, and everything is inclusive. Everyone can participate in all of our obstacles and challenge course as well. So our main programs are Oncology Camp, SIBS Camp, which stands for Special and Important Brothers and Sisters. So that's me. I was a sibling, so Special and Important Brothers and Sisters. We do a family camp, Teens and 20s, or TNT weekend, for 18 to 25-year-olds. And then we do bereavement weekends, unfortunately, for people who lost their sibling during their battle with cancer. We have a special support network for them, and not only do they know what it's like to have a sibling with cancer, but they're losing somebody, we bring that community together to support each other. Yes?
Does the teen have to be that you lost a child, or could it be if they lost a parent?
So this is specifically for children. There is Camp Kesem, which some of the major universities have. Stanford, Santa Clara have a Camp Kesem, and that's if your parents have or had cancer. So just similar missions, but different in that aspect. Thanks for the question. So our oncology camp, there's 3 one-week sessions during the summer. The campers are able to go to 1 week. And the program is very similar to the siblings program in terms of the schedule. They're there for a full week. They're in cabin groups with anywhere from 5 to 8 campers around their age and 2 to 3 counselors that watch them throughout the week. There's special interest in the morning where they're able to go pick an activity that they want to do. In the afternoon, there's cabin time. And then every once in a while, we do all camp activities like capture the flag. We have a fun dance on Friday night during summer camp. So there's 3 sessions for oncology patients. And the treatments range from all over. Some people could be newly diagnosed, others could be in treatment, others just kind of in maintenance, taking some drugs just on maintenance, and others are survivors. So it really is the whole spectrum, bless you, the whole spectrum of kind of their treatment and their journey through cancer. Again, siblings stands for special and important brothers and sisters. That's also a 1-week session. We offer 4 of those because people can have more than 1 sibling, and we offer support to all of them. So the summer camp's our main program with oncology and siblings programs. And our family camp is something special because we offer support to the whole family. We know that cancer doesn't just affect the patient, it really affects the whole entire family. So it's just a weekend. Families come up on a Friday night and they leave on a Sunday night. And again, there's that respite where we take care of all the meals. In the morning, the parents will stay in a discussion group and talk about what it was like to have a child with cancer, what helped them get through it, what challenges they're facing, and again, giving them that format to support each other. And while the parents are having discussions, the kids are out playing around camp, swimming, boating, fishing, all that good stuff. And in the afternoon, all of our program areas, archery, all that good stuff is open, and the families can do that together as well. We do a campfire and then a dance as well for our weekends of family camp. So just a little bit on some of the outcomes. We survey our campers just to talk about what the week was like for them, and the numbers are just absolutely astounding with them having a great week and then building skills. You know, I think camp is such an important part of anyone's life. It was important for me just in terms of building independence and learning new things, making new friends. Some of the kids at camp will say that at school, kids make fun of them because they don't have hair. They're missing an arm. They're either gain a lot of weight because they're going through chemotherapy, or they're on steroids, or they lose a lot of weight, and they just look different. So they say at camp, everyone understands how I feel. I'm welcome. I don't have to worry about not having hair. At school, that's not so much the case. So the outcomes that we have from the surveys from our campers are absolutely amazing. You know, the high 9s and 10s, just kind of overall experience from the week, from the younger and the older campers. A little bit about why we have a siblings program. There's a lot of great organizations out there that offer support to patients. So being a sibling myself, I could speak to the fact that I had to stay, you know, with neighbors or relatives because when my dad was working and my mom was at the hospital with my brother. So my routine was changed. I wasn't getting much attention. I was kind of, you know, neglected, forgotten. I'd have relatives come and visit, and they wouldn't say, "Hey, how are you?" They'd say, "How's your brother?" And it's like, well, what about me? They're bringing presents to my brother. It's not his birthday. Why is he getting presents? So there's kind of this wide spectrum of feelings and emotions that happen. So that's why our siblings program is so important, and it's that 1 week to be special and important. So the emotions I talked about kind of range from all over the place. You know, at first you feel bad that your sibling is sick. You know, why isn't me? You're jealous because they're getting gifts. You're getting angry because you're jealous. You're getting angry because they're getting the attention. Sometimes you do wish that it was me, so you feel, you know, a little guilty, hoping that it was you instead. So really the siblings program is really special, and we do focused discussion groups with our siblings so they can talk about that, what that's like. And you know, almost every time it's very similar to I had to stay with a relative, I had to stay home alone, I had to do, you know, chores when I was really young, I had to become independent a lot faster, but they're talking to each other. We have a facilitator, and they're really getting the conversation going and keeping it, you know, safe conversations. But really it's the kids talking to each other and doing that peer support, the cornerstone of our mission. And sometimes SIBs, you know, come up with PTSD, and they create delays in their development as a result of going through the cancer. They'll try to act out to get attention and things like that. So those are common things that we see with siblings. So some of the benefits, again, that peer support is so important. A lot of times people will say at school, you know, nobody else has a sibling with cancer. Here, everyone knows exactly how I feel, and they can talk through that. They don't feel so isolated, increases their self-esteem, and then just greater independence. So just a couple quotes. Can I get a volunteer to read that first quote?
My experience at camp was amazing. Camp Okizu was allowed me to talk about things I've never been able to say before because no one has ever thought my sister having cancer when I was little affected me. 14-year-old female citizen camper.
Thank you. Can I get a volunteer to read that one? Bueller?
Okizu makes such a difference in my life. I feel like Okizu helped me fly as a person rather than drown, which I probably would have done in rough times if SIPS camp hadn't existed. No exaggeration.
And a lot of our campers turn into counselors, so they go through camp, they grow up through camp. Like myself, I started 20 years ago as a camper, and now I'm very, very involved. Let's do these. I have a quick video. ABC7 does a segment on us on Thanksgiving every year, so we're going to cue that video here. Another thing I'll highlight is we do this absolutely free of charge. We don't charge our families to attend. I know summer camps sometimes have enrollment fees. We don't do that at all. A lot of the families are, dealing with medical costs and things like that. So we just steer away from that completely and fundraise year round to make the magic at camp happen.
Very special summer camp. We're going to meet children who are so grateful for this camp because it helps them deal with the fact that they are living with cancer. It's called Camp Okizu, and it's located in Butte County in the Sierra Foothills.
Go to the MTV!
Nearly 10,000 children have spent time with Camp Okizu in the more than 35 years since it was founded to help children and families living with cancer.
I had acute lymphoblastic leukemia. I had a Wilms tumor in my kidney. I had non-Hodgkin's Burkitt's lymphoma.
The Camp Okizu founders include John Bell and Dr. Mike Amelon, who is a bone marrow transplant specialist, and the late Dr. Art Ablin, who passed away in August 2017. You can see his name and his wife's name enshrined on a plaque in the lodge where the kids eat lunch. Dr. Art was a pioneer in the treatment of childhood cancer, working at UCSF Benioff Children's Hospital. He volunteered at Camp Okizu since 1981.
He's not only saved a lot of these kids from the disease, but also helped get them through the program, been part of it all that time.
Here, kids can just be kids, having a good time, not thinking about their illness. But the trauma they endure from cancer and the treatments affects them drastically, physically and mentally.
I had brain cancer and the tumor grew in my optic nerve, the thing that connects your eye to your brain. And so they had to cut the optic nerve out to get the tumor out.
We first met Isaac a couple of years ago. Sadly, then and now, he's been the target of cruel comments when he's not at camp.
Do you get bullied at all when you're not here?
We all do. Everybody here did at least once. And if they didn't, they're lucky.
I think all of them during the time that they're on active treatment, if they have no hair, or they gain a lot of weight from the prednisone, or they lose a lot of weight because they're throwing up with their chemotherapy, they look different. And so during the active treatment part, probably most of them get bullied.
Campers here learn quickly that this is a safe place.
The real core value of what we do was expressed very eloquently by a dad of a family that had been participating in the program for several years. And the way he put it was, we go to the hospital to get rid of the cancer, and we come to Okizu to heal.
Young people can not only heal, they can thrive and learn leadership skills.
I'll be a teacher and getting my master's this fall, and then so I'll be teaching, and then I'll have summers off to come back.
We first met Flyer when she was a young dishie, washing dishes after meals at Camp Okizu, and her quest to become a junior counselor. Now she's a camp counselor.
I had infant leukemia, which I don't remember a lot of, but I also had thyroid cancer in high school, and I was able to share those experiences with the kids, and one of the kids was like, "You had cancer?" And it's really nice to connect on those levels.
A lot of parents are concerned about sending their kids to camp for the first time because they've been through so much, but they don't need to worry because there are doctors and nurses on duty right here 24/7.
If you talk out, brought me back to why I went into medicine to begin with, why I went into pediatric oncology. I get more out of it than I contribute. I just love being up here.
You see children from all different types of backgrounds. In the clinic and in the hospital, they're very reserved. And then here, they're just like normal kids.
What do you think about Camp Okizu?
I think that it's like fun and everybody is kind of like a big family because we all know what each other's been through.
I think Okizu is a really fun place where no one judges you, everyone has fun together, and you all can just do whatever you want to do without feeling like you're different.
I think Okizu's a really good place for those who have had a bit of sadness in their life. It's amazing, and everybody here is super caring and kind.
That's always a tradition, the Uptown Girls song, we love it. Well, Camp Okizu said that more parents could get kids to camp with the help of gas cards, so that's a new request to add this year. If you'd like more information on sending your child to camp, or to volunteer, or to make a donation, please go to our website, abc7news.com.
Wow, that's great.
Thank you. Yeah, so that's Cheryl Jennings has been a great supporter in every Thanksgiving. Lisa's a segment for us. We're really grateful for her support. So just some ways that you guys can help. Again, we do this free of charge, so there is ways to make donations. Also, time is an important part. We only have 5 employees and we serve thousands of folks in Northern California. So volunteering, we talked about our different programs. Summer camp is a 1-week commitment. There's some staff training, a background check, and all that good stuff because we're dealing with kids. But the family camp weekends are great because you come up on a Friday, leave on a Sunday night, and we have volunteers of all ages, all different skill sets that make the magic happen. And some people ask, isn't that depressing? Isn't it sad? And no, it's just a week or a weekend to let these kids be kids and have fun. Cancer is kind of on the back burner. It's just kind of them taking that break and having that respite from that cancer journey. So sometimes it doesn't even come up in conversation. So it's just having fun and playing with the kids. So we do look for volunteers to do that. We have a lot of needs in terms of items. We have an Amazon wish list, and then our website has a wish list of items that we need just to keep the program going and making it happen. Our website is just okizu.org if you'd like to learn more. And now I'll just open up the floor for questions. Yeah.
As far as volunteers, do they have to go through special training, and how long is the training?
Yeah, so the training is, we do some videos, some online training before you come. And then for summer camp, we have the staff come 2 days early and do staff training before the kids get there. So it's very easy to do. And again, ages from 18, and we have some older folks as well. All are welcome.
So that's the age for the trainers?
Or the volunteers.
Volunteers,
correct.
I'm sorry.
The facility, is that yours alone? Do you share it with somebody, and what is it open year-round?
Yeah, good question. So that is our facility. When we first started, it was just 1 week of camp, and we would rent out different facilities. Now we have 7 weeks of summer camp, 9 family weekends, 4 teens and 20 weekends, 2 bereavement programs. We do staff training for ropes course, archery. So even though it's a summer camp, our program is being used all year round. So we own our site. We're the only folks that use it. We have talked, a while back about renting it out. We haven't done that yet, but right now it's just ours. We have 3 site staff who are seasonal that help maintain it because it is 500 acres of land. So it is a lot, and they do tremendous work. We also do work weekends where people come up and just do manual labor for the weekend. They help paint, stain, clean, rake, all that good stuff. So if that's up someone's alley, you can let me know. And that's just a fun way to give back as well. The property is absolutely beautiful.
Wow, it sounds amazing.
Okay.
The location, I noticed it said Butte County.
Yeah, Berry Creek, California, so right above Oroville. Some of you are familiar with the dam that almost broke. So right up there. For summer camp, we do provide transportation, buses that pick up the campers. Family camp, the families drive up on their own. So it is a little bit far, but once you get up there, it's all worth it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you looked into making it when you're not using the camp, like say a sheep ranch or a working ranch to make money for the camp?
Yeah, so before when we bought the property, it was a ranch. They had a vineyard, they had some animals, and there was also a Christmas tree lot. When you first walked into camp, there was just a bunch of Christmas trees. They had the land to do it. So we haven't looked into it just because of the maintenance. We keep camp very, very active just with the 9 family camp weekends, the teens and 20s programs. So there's very few weekends when camp isn't in session. And when it's not, that's when we do those work weekends to fix and build and all that good stuff. But a good suggestion, thank you.
How many kids can be up there on any given weekend? What's the capacity?
Yeah, so for summer camp, we do about 150 kids each week, times the 7 weeks. And then for family camp, we have about 250 family members every weekend and about 50 volunteers.
Is there an environmental education component to your program?
There isn't, as of now. Our new camp director has a lot of camping experience and kind of outdoor education. So not really. We do have a nature center, which is pretty cool, and there's lots of fun facts and scavenger hunts to do specific to nature. But that is something we'd definitely be interested in starting.
Any other questions? Thank you very much.
My contact info is here if you guys have any questions. Thank you so
And
much.
he also brought brochures, so the raffle. We're going to. Are we gonna raffle your bottle or this bottle?